stuff that can stretch your body and bones and stuff like that. But this exercise I'm talking about is, you know, shagging a little bit your brain, you know, get your brain to get to know a few things, you know, like that. Muscle it up. That's what I want to do. So on this day in history, before we start this show proper, on this day in history, January 18 today, or in the particular here, 1871. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? Can you figure out how many decades and eons, millenniums that have actually gone past? Check this out. The German Empire was established 1871. For those of you historian, I've got somebody in the family that is an historian, and I keep wondering. Well, I'm not going to go talking about whether there's history in our collective, whether it's not in our schools. Well, this here will be a good start for you. All right. So German Empire established. The German Empire forged as a result of a diplomacy rather than an outpouring of popular nationalist feeling. Okay. It was founded on this particular day in 1871. 1871, in the aftermath of 3 successful wars by the North German state of Prussia. Okay, so on this particular day that happened, 1871, those who were born at that time can't be living, they can't be living up until now, though. I mean, like, anyone who believes in reincarnation, if you believe in reincarnation, fine. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, Mar. You're welcome, ma'am. You're welcome, whatever. If you believe in that, maybe we just believe there's some people with this attitude already existing already now. And I don't know. I'm just speaking out loud. Okay. All right. I was thinking about giving you another one, but let's see. This is all I can bring to you. I got a lot that happened on this particular day, but then, of course, let's go to on this particular day, 1983. Since the okay, all right, I'll shift that. So the International Olympics Committee officially reinstated the gold medals of American athletes called Jim Thorpe, who had won the decathlon on the pentathlon at the 1912 Olympics in Stockholm, but was later deprived of his medals over allegations that he was not an amateur athlete. Okay. So on this day, the International Olympic Committee officials reinstated the gold medals. It took a long time to do that, since 1912. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay, so this one, I think this one will go well with some of you historians. Okay. In 1986, on this particular day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day was first celebrated as a national holiday. Okay, so 1986 it was first celebrated. So as a Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebration, of course. And somebody's asking a question if Martin Luther King was a Republican or a Democrat. And I'm not going to answer that question. All right. Welcome back on the nighttime show. It doesn't really matter what time it is, but I will just keep doing what I'm supposed to do. And just to keep you abreast with the old scenario or an event that is taking place in the world. Okay? So I'm going to start I'm going to start by bringing you up to speed exactly what's happening in here and what's going on and what's trending since here. But I do not want to bring pains to your heart, and I do not want to make you feel bad. I do not want to bring you some intense headaches. I do not want to make you remember some pains, but then I just want to keep you up to speed. Okay, just want to inform you what is trending. So because today is a Thursday, this is it's trending Thursday. Okay, all right. I'll start by the headache start that I had on YouTube, where Blinken, Secretary of State of the U.S., will be visiting different African countries, and he will be visiting next week, almost like 4-nation tour. He'll be having a nation tour, kind of. So the Secretary of State will be visiting places like Cabo Verde, Cote d'Ivoire. And by the way, Cote d'Ivoire just lost to us on the match today. So, I mean, it's a nice thing that he's visiting them. Nigeria is another. He'll be visiting Angola and from next week. All right. So I personally don't know exactly why he's visiting, but I'm going to put you up to speed and bring some information. Possibly we'll get to know why the Secretary of State of the United States, Blinken, visiting Nigeria. Now, the U.S. Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, will be visiting some African countries, including Nigeria, Cabo Verde, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, and Angola next week to highlight the U.S.-Africa partnership. And the State Department has been talking about this, and they said it today. So throughout the trip, the Secretary will highlight how the United States has accelerated the U.S.-Africa partnership since the U.S.-Africa Leaders Summit, including in the areas such as climate change, food, health, security. By the way, food inflation in the North is like higher than anything else. Okay, so he's coming here for this U.S. Africa Leaders Summit, including the areas such as climate, as I said before, food, health, and security. Okay. So I am hearing that the Secretary of State of the United States, Blinken, will emphasize economic partnership and U.S. investment in the infrastructure in Africa, creating jobs at home and on the continent, and of course helping Africa to compete in the global marketplace, according to what I am hearing. Additionally, the Secretary will advance security partnership, I wish so, based on shared values such as respect for human rights, which we don't have here. Of course, we do not. Promotion of democracy, and of course, expansion of the rule of law. So, I mean, these are the things that the Secretary of State of the United States is coming to discuss with some of the African countries that I just mentioned: Cote d'Ivoire, Cabo Verde, Nigeria, Angola, I believe. Okay, so I mean, he's coming, according to the report, that he's coming to reaffirm the United States commitment to coastal West African partners through the what we call the strategy to prevent conflict and promote stability. Oh, well. For some people, we don't know if this is a welcome development. Let's see how it goes, because how many times that we have this kind of move, and We don't see anything. So I wish that this really going to bring something good. Who knows? All right. Let's move on. Okay. Now, you all know that Abuja is a crazy place right now. I got a lot of people. I got some siblings out there. And it's actually very, very disheartening that insecurity has crept in Abuja. The federal territory where we're supposed to be, people are supposed to be saving everything, but people are jumping into people's houses and kidnapping people. Remember the family of the old girls that they kidnapped, including the father, and then when they couldn't actually raise or crowdfund money for the releases, for all of them, one was killed. And I don't even want to talk about that. Hearing that alone just makes me very, very sad. Now, I'm bringing you up to speed about what's going on. Just in, police rescue man adopted in Abuja. Then, of course, harassed kidnapper. I want to believe this is it. So I'll put you up to speed on the details. There was a heated gunfire exchange today as police officers rescued an Abuja resident. His name is Shigo Akinyemi, who was kidnapped just as he was driving out of his home. Can you imagine that? So the kidnappers were actually taking him, Akinyemi, from Abuja to Kano State, as far as Kano. Okay, when the police swooped in, okay, according to reports on them. Now, according to the Kaduna Command Police Public Relations Officer, the ASP, Mansa Hassan, he said that, you know, the operatives attached to Kawo Divisional Headquarters in Kaduna received a distress call for kidnapping incident in Abuja, and then they swooped in. Okay, got the man rescued. They actually, at about when was that time? They blocked a gray Toyota at a particular time, the Hilux van, with, you know, and carrying 4 passengers, the driver inclusive, suspected to be the vehicle conveying the kidnappers and their victim. So they swooped in, the man has been rescued, and we want to thank God. Okay. All right. So if this keep happening, where do we run to now? It's disheartening. It's so bad. But if the police and the security agencies keep doing this and to keep, you know, working hard to be able to get this, you know, it will be good. Like, this is a good report. So we I don't have, maybe I should just ring bell for their heads as a blessing for them, but they should do it to others too. I mean, every day people are getting kidnapped in Abuja, so it's nothing new. We all know about that, but they should do more to make sure that they get these perpetrators of evil and make sure that they're punished for it. Okay, all right. Talking about the Ibadan explosion, I have some news for you. So everyone is talking about, we're getting different reports at the time when the explosion came through, or that, you know, this is the death toll, blah blah blah. So I'm going to put you up to speed and let you know exactly what's happening here. I got this one here that says Ibadan explosion, Oyo government gives fresh updates on death toll. Now, the death toll from the recent explosion that rocked Bodija, Ibadan, or your state capital, has risen to 5. Fatai Owoseni, the state special advisor on security matters to Governor Seyi Makinde, gave the update during a press briefing today. So according to him, he said rescue operation is still ongoing. As of yesterday, they had 3 casualties, but this morning, just about 30 minutes ago, that was exactly his words. I'm quoting him. I got the information from the security operatives supporting the medical team that 2 more dead bodies were recovered and that money. So the security agencies, especially the police, the DSS, being supported by the Nigerian Army team, the EOD unit, as well as putting the bits and pieces of information together to ensure that discrete information is done towards prosecution to ensure the whoever either directly or remotely connected with that incident is brought to book or brought to justice. So that's the report we're getting. So recall the explosion occurred at 7:30 p.m. at Dejo Oyelisi Street, Old Bodija in Ibadan. Okay. All right. More coming your way. I'm just gonna it's trending Thursday. I'm bringing it to you as a day hard. 3 minutes gone past the hour, 10 o'clock. Here's the nighttime show. It's Trending Thursday with Rahim, and I'm bringing you up to speed what is going on in trending in Nigeria and across the borders. Now, look, listen. This one here says Nigeria not in Davos to beg. Shatima is the one talking here, right? Let's see what it's got. Vice President Kashim Shatima today. He said Nigeria and the African continent at the World Economic Forum 2024 not to beg but to negotiate with the West on an equal plane as the continent is the richest. As the continent is the richest in the world, but people are suffering, and this is going on. We're in deep keg of fire. All right. So, in his words, he's the one talking. Shatima, who actually spoke, giving information on the news decks right here on the sidelines of the ongoing World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Said we are not a poor nation. We know. By any standard, we are not poor continent. We know, but you guys are making us poor. Okay, I mean, I'm just trying to add my. So we want to deal, according to what he said, what he's saying, or what he said. We want to deal with the people on the pedestal of equality. We do not come to the West with a begging bowl. No, we want to deal with them in mutually beneficial terms, because ours is the richest continent in the world. Why do people keep talking about this? Richest how? When people are suffering, people are extremely poor in this country. I mean, I know a lot of people that are rich, yes. The system, it's good. It's not like some system like the Chinese system that actually make people rich. Communist nation like China actually is about people. They say we have democracy, I don't know, but if that's what we practice. But then, of course, if people, when you say, oh, okay, Nigeria is the giant of Africa, yes, we know about that. But why are the people suffering? Why is this all going on? I've actually got to understand that Nigerians, millions of Nigerians, are living on an extreme poverty. If you actually figure out the word extreme poverty, you understand exactly what that means. You will cry for yourself. And the problem is that a lot of people do not know this because they're just getting little stuff and they're eating, they're managing their life. If you know exactly what you were supposed to be, you definitely will stand up. That's why people are not bothered. As long as they have food, they don't bother that their birthright has been taken. Now, food inflation in the north is crazy. Unemployment in the east, oh my God, is worst. In the east is the worst. You can't even go check it out. The worst unemployment rate is from the east. Go check it out. So I mean, we can actually speak on that and say, oh, okay, fine, it's nice. I mean, the country is beautiful. We are rich. For a lot of people are suffering. Millions, hundreds of millions of people here suffering. So poor. The nation is rich, or people are poor. So what's the cost? And these are the people talking. Those who are actually causing the problem are the one talking anyway. So he says the whole countries of Europe, their resources are not up to the resources in the Democratic Republic of Congo. I know about that. There's a lot of oil out there, just like Nigeria. So this is why I said we carry our poverty with dignity. That's the vice president talking. Okay. The African Economy of Scale plenary on the sidelines of the WEF, the vice president implored African leaders to work towards ramping up a total $3.1 trillion gross domestic product of countries on the continent, amounting to a paltry 3% of the overall global GDP. But with all of this calculation, people just try and make things better. Okay? Anyway, more coming your way. It's Thursday, Trending Thursday. Have you heard Nigeria sacked Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele faces new charges? What did he do? Okay, let's check it out. I'll put you up to speed. I'm just learning. There's some few things here that you need to know. Okay, so the state prosecutors in Nigeria, Africa's largest economy, have added 14 new criminal charges. 14 new criminal charges against Godwin Emefiele, the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, in what is the most high-profile corruption case. The most... Wow. So this is the most high-profile corruption case under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, right? Nigeria. Kai as well. So, I mean, let me put you up to speed. Let me get you details. So now the new charges come in light of a report by the by the presidential team set up to investigate alleged wrongdoings at the Nigeria's Apex Bank. Okay, so according to media report, Special investigator probing the central bank found that the former CBN governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, and others to have embezzled $1.3 million. 1.3. Okay. 1.3 million. All right, I'll do it again. So you say, according to media report, a special investigator probing the central bank found the former CBN governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, and others to have embezzled $1.3 million and committed other financial offenses. Let's hear it now. Let's hear it. Okay. All right. So this is what is going on. This is the first charges we're talking about. So Mr. Emefiele presided over the affairs of the central bank for 9 years before being forced to resign last year following his arrest on Thursday, today. State prosecutors told a judge in the capital, Abuja, that the new charges against the former CBN chief included forgery, conspiracy to commit forgery and felony, procurement fraud, and criminal breach of trust. So these are the new, fresh. Okay. So he will be indicted on Friday on the amended charges, when he is also expected to enter a plea, according to Nigeria's anti-graft body economic and financial crime commission. The EFCC lawyer wrote to me, Oyedepo. Now, Matthew Boka, one of the Emefiele's lawyers, said he will need some time to study the new charges before any plea could be made. Now, after 5 months in detention, Emefiele, who has not commented publicly on his persecution, was granted bail in December. You remember? Now the bail, which then restricted his movement within the capital Abuja, was on today amended to include this Thursday, amended to include any travel outside Abuja and within the country. I'm just putting you all to speed to give you details so you know what's going on. Okay? New charges he faces. New charges he faces is in addition and the amendment to those slammed against him in November by the EFCC on 6 counts of fraud involving a sum of 1.2 billion naira, which is $1.3 million, equivalent to 1.1 million pounds. All right. So Emefiele, who happens to be 62 years old, was one of the Nigeria's most powerful persons under President Muhammadu Buhari, the former president. The disgraced former bank chief made an unprecedented run for presidency and oversaw a much criticized system of multiple exchange rate used to keep the local currency naira artificially strong. All right. So that's it for Emefiele. I hope you guys are hearing it. In case you just tuned in, the 16 minutes gone past the hour of 10 o'clock. I am Ryan Terrence, and this is the Nighttime Show. We're doing the Trending Thursday, where we bring you up to speed. Some of the big stories, breaking stories that you've never heard until tomorrow morning. And of course, we'll bring you some trending mix all together just to inform and keep you up to speed what's going on in the world, most especially in the country, Nigeria. So this one here says Nigeria's petroleum minister says indigenous companies can take over as Shell exits shallow water fields. You've been having a problem for years. This is what we're saying. Aha. I've got a whole lot to talk about something like this. But I just put you up to speed right now. I'll give you details on this. The Ministry of State of Petroleum Resources in Nigeria, Henneken Lokbobri, has expressed optimism about the opportunities that rise for all local players as Shell completes its exit from Nigeria's shallow water fields. And according to Lokbobri, the development provides a chance for indigenous companies to take charge, keeping their funds within Nigeria, unlike the international oil companies. So speaking to our news people on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Lokbobri highlighted that companies are unwilling to depart from Nigeria entirely within the oil sector. You know, because they know what they're getting there. People are suffering at the South. The oil-rich, cities and state. People are suffering out there. And that's why I don't blame some of the guys that are pulling the pipeline stuff, because, what's going on with the cleanup? What's going on with the cleanup in Ogoni? Some of you know about that. We should do better. This country should do better. All right? Should do better. Our system is really, really, really is crazy. So, I mean, he emphasized that Shell's departure will not result in any loss for Nigeria, pointing out that local players have developed the capacity to acquire, manage, and operate these assets proficiently and profitably. Okay. They're not willing to leave, but you make things difficult for the indigenous people there. Do you make things worse for the locals? No drinking water. The sea is all messed up. The fishermen can't even catch fish no more. You see some sea animals dying because of the pollution, water pollution. One of the things that gets me knocking, which I really want to talk about it, and I don't know how I'm going to start it, maybe next week, is the report I get that the foreign companies, the way they treat Nigerians who are working with these foreign companies, it's crazy. I've been getting a lot of report, and I know a lot of you know. On my show here, on the Nighttime Show, I think I was talking about something, and that crops up. Someone called and told me, and I got the report different places, even here in the office. Someone said it's true, and they even pinpointed. Specifically mentioning some companies owned by some of these foreigners. The welfare is so bad. So bad. They mess up the people, the host. They mess them up. Welfare is bad. They told me how dangerous these people work for these guys, and they don't get anything in return. I'm going to get facts, and then we'll talk about it on the radio one day, right here on the Nighttime Show. More is coming. It's 10:21. My duty is just to bring it. Sometimes I just need to get tired. My ears will be blowing when I say the lines will be open now. Oh, okay. All right. So when it gets to 10:30, or maybe possible, 11 o'clock, I'll open the phone line. So at least I know I have just 1 hour. So if you want to speak on anything you've heard so far, whatever headlines and details of some of these stories interest you, you just calling and talk about it. But for right now, I just want to keep you informed. Now, when you are investigating, when you're investigating, I love this country. Some things I hear just, some of us we see tomorrow. We are like Nostradamus. And mind you, some of the things that, I don't know if I should call them a seer, Nostradamus soar, is still going on and happening. All right. So, our investigators taking bribe. This is coming from the EFCC chairman. Our investigators are taking bribe. So I'm asking the question, why wouldn't they take bribe when things are so hard, stiff? The economy has plunged into 0+0. That's worse. So, I mean, things are hard. Why won't people get into craziness? Why won't people get into crime? So even the people that we actually believe that they're the one, they're the custodian of the law, they're the one doing the crime now. So you fight small corruption. You just do small corrupt things too for yourself. You fight small, maybe you fight 5, you put small money in your personal account. You fight small, fight them people who are actually making the country go bad. Yes, they're making the country look bad. You fight them. Oh, yeah. You get the EFCC to be part of them. I mean, the EFCC goes there and take bribe. This money are big. This country is rich. And then, look, listen. If I were to be in the shoes, I'll do the same. I mean, for those who hate others for doing well, if you were to be in the shoes of others, you're also going to get your... Come on, you're also going to get someone to hate you like that. So I'm going to be honest. For example, as Jay-Z would say, all haters hating him. If he probably be like them, he probably going to hate them too. So, I mean, if I was to have a chance going for investigation on a particular crime or a person or personality who have committed a crime, okay, who is okay, I'm trying to make the word look good. I will take bribe because that's what's going on. Now I'll put you up to speed. I'm just trying to relate this to you. Our investigators are taking bribe. EFCC chairman, the chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Mr. Olukoyade, has said that some of the investigators, they are in the habit of demanding bribes from crime. I am not the one that said it. You can go and Google it. It's there in the papers. This is the chairman, or the EFCC chairman, that's talking. This is the EFCC boss. Okay? Mr. Olai is saying that they ask for bribe. The same thing the police would do, or pack your car. You see criminal face to face and you tell them, y'all gotta bring something. Bribe. What else? It's everywhere. I mean, I'm asking a question. I got to be very, I have to be honest. I know a lot of people, I say this before, but how do we survive this country? How do we make this country better? Does anybody have any idea how we can get this corruption off our way? Did anybody? The corruption is eating deep in different parastatals, in different ministries, in our personal life, in our house. Is happening in the religion, religious sects. Is happening in the education. Oh, I mean, how do we do this thing? Well, we're just gonna keep hoping. The primary thing that you hear is God help us. Okay, I'm following you guys to say so. I'm bringing you this information again. So the German Economic Financial Crime Commission, Mr. Ola Olukoyade, has said that some of the investigators are in the habit of demanding bribes from crime suspects, thus eroding the integrity of the agency. Okay, so Olukoyade warned that hearing anti-graft agency investigators that they will be dealt with if they failed to retrace their steps with the policy's guidelines, and which are erected on responsibility, accountability, and transparency. Which these three norms is something I don't even see anywhere else. I've had the chance to have a friend. Oh, okay. Kayla. I have a friend who PhD, big lady, the EFCC, the lawyer, and I think I'm going to have her on my show one of these days. Kayla has given me a lot of information of what's going on in the EFCC right there. Shout out to all of you who are trying, who doesn't take bribe, from, you know, from these people. But you go there and you do your job. I have seen where an EFCC gets, go for some Yahoo boys, as we call it here, scammers. They get arrested, and then before you know, they are back again. The reason why they're coming back home after the crime committed, after they had been indicted, whether it's alleged or not, you know, at the end of the day, they know these people did this stuff and they found out evidence and everything, but they will choose to take bribe from them, get money from these scammers, and let them go. What do you think will happen? Don't you think that they're going to go back into the crime again and continue because they know they'll keep bribing you and the country keep plunging into zero? That's a serious nosedive. So, it's absurd. All right. We pray, this country will get better. Let's see. So, the EFCC boss made this known to the Commission's members of staff during his New Year address at the headquarters in Abuja. So it was your president, Tinubu Bola Ahmed, who appointed the EFCC boss. I think that was in October last year. Okay, so more coming your way right here on the Nighttime Show. This one here says Governor Soludo sends Anambra-based tech startup team to Silicon Valley. Is Silicon Valley still happening? Okay, yeah, well, Governor Charles Soludo has declared his support for Foris Labs team, a startup based in Anambra, by sponsoring their trip to Silicon Valley for the Tech Crunch startup battlefield in California, USA. And I know our brothers at that area will want to join in and see exactly what they can grab. So the governor's commitment to making Anambra State a hub for startups and aiding digital tribes and innovative SMEs was highlighted in a statement from his special advisor on innovation and business incubation, that is Chinwe Okoli. This was said in Abuja. So, I mean, we're looking forward to see how this startup tech will go out with a number. I mean, this guy's got something off his sleeves. Let's, wish him well. Let's see how it goes. Almost every country is actually doing well. I saw a trending video. I don't know if it's real because I don't like seeing that video. He was talking about the recent tech expose, this technology or tech expose that happened. I don't know exactly, but I just saw the video. He was complaining that Nigerians are not up to that, standard. Other countries are actually coming. I know some of you have seen that video. I didn't really get the information, but what I got is that he was complaining that, man, the kind of technology they saw at that tech expose was awesome from other states. I mean, other countries. Nigerians, I don't know if it's joking anyway. These days we have a lot of jokers on social, but we should be doing more stuff. We say we are the giant of Africa. We should be talking about going to the moon. What do you think? It's not going to the moon and go and look for herbs that will plant here. And even if you look for the herbs, to start using it now to cure one sickness is a problem. We'll start taxing people. But then let's go to the moon, man. Let's put some satellite stunt. Let's pull some satellite stunt somewhere in the clouds, in there. Let's get some crazy technology done up in here. Well, for those of you that are actually following me, there's something I'm going to post about a young guy from an African country who did build a generator plant without any power, but the only power was a free energy power that connects to the energy of, it's not solar, you connect to the energy of the energy of the air or something. And this guy has not gotten a patent power for his product yet, and I heard that he's in prison. I think when he came out, they almost killed him. He was poisoned. I'm going to bring that information much later, and then I'll share it, but I'm going to put it on my social media so you see the video. I saw it in a podcast. They were talking about this African guy. So Africans, we are actually blessed. I heard also that when they were asking him, how did you get the idea of building this this kind of generator, this power? And they said the power generator can power 300 homes. It does not have any connection with fuel. It does not have any connection with what's it called? With any power, not even solar. I think they said it's a free energy something. I have it on my phone. I'm going to post that soon so you see it. And he said the revelation was given to him by God in his dream, just like everything anybody would say these days. But is amazing. Now, for Africans now to support that young man, I'm going to go deep to investigate him and to do some research to find out more about that young guy. I think hold on. I should have played it. I think I need to find that out so I can let you guys know about it. I think the guy's from Zimbabwe. He gets the generator power that can power 300 or even more houses, and it's not a solar power. It's a free energy. It's a free energy. I don't know how he did that from Zimbabwe. But he has not gotten any patent yet. Literally, he's not getting any lessons on that. A free energy source. So when they asked him, he said that it was God who revealed it in his dream. That's how he built that. An African. And I know instead of Africans to support that young man, we will be fighting him. They tried to kill him. He was in prison. His name is Maxwell. It uses a free energy source. It does not use any power source. Can you imagine that? We're blessed. We're black. That's a whole lot of information about black people. So that means you don't need to see yourself less. Black people are great people. You don't need to see yourself less. Okay? More information coming here. It's 10:38 on the nighttime show. Raheem Terrence is doing the Thursday Trending Thursday. Why I bring you some of the bigger stories, breaking news and stories, and of course trending news stories that is making around in around the globe, of course, in Nigeria. So just keep close to your device. I'll be right back with more. Right now, this one here says, Kano, we accepted Supreme Court ruling but didn't agree. We didn't agree with it. We accepted Supreme Court ruling but we didn't agree with it. APC is speaking here. So the National Publicity Secretary of All Progressive Congress, APC, Felix Marker, has expressed that while the party has accepted the recent Supreme Court ruling, it doesn't necessarily agree with the decisions. Okay, so Marker shared these sentiments during an interview, okay, with the newsroom. Now, the Supreme Court last Friday delivered verdict, which most of you know, that significantly impacted the political landscape in Kano and in Plateau State. Now, in Kano State, the Apex Court overturned earlier tribunal and appeal court decisions, thereby upholding Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of New Nigeria People's Party, the NNPP. Shout out to Tanko, my man. I know you're listening right now. As the legitimately elected governor. Now, similarly in Plateau State, the court validated the election of Governor Caleb Mutfwang when he asked whether the APC accepted the decisions by the Supreme Court. Marker said, every time a high court upturned the decision, I'm quoting him, this is what Marker said, okay, I'll say it again. He said, every time a high court overturn the decision of a lower court, it means that the high court has interrogated the decision and the rationale of the lower court. So that is the nature of the appellate process. The high court is vested with the authority to review the decision of the lower court. So anytime the High Court does not uphold the decision of the lower court, there is nothing spectacular. This does not mean to say that the lower court did something untoward or that would compromise their integrity. In my statement reacting to the verdict, I said, according to him, I'm quoting him, this is what he said. I said that the final court of the land has spoken. We accepted the verdict not because we necessarily agreed with all the legal arguments made. I watched this and I saw him talking about it. I feel a little bit confused because, you know, if you don't accept it, so why'd you go ahead and you don't accept it, you accept it? I don't know. So he said, we agreed because that is the highest court of the land. We are under duty to show respect to the decision of the Supreme Court. This is what some people on the political divide are not willing to do. This is why I said this. I'm quoting him right now. All right. The done has been done. Deed, done. So, I mean, let's all rest. Now, the issue of insecurity is still plunging real deep, and then news is still coming. After the worst that happened in Plateau, it continues like other states, cities. We keep hearing a whole lot of insecurity, people being killed, and all of this stuff. But I just pray that the right people who have the sense and who have the right plan on how to get this thing done should be able to take over the military, because I don't even know what the people who were there before are doing. So now I'm going to bring this to you. This one here says 2 killed, 70 houses razed in Kogi communal clashes. Is this communal clashes or something else? All right, so I'll put you up to speed on this detail. Right now, 2 persons have been killed while over 70 houses were set ablaze in a communal clash between 2 communities in Kogi State. The communities involved in the communal clash are Otokbo Ojile and Ochibadon under the Angba local government area of the state. Ochi Ibadan, right? Trouble started when some villagers in Ochi Ibadan allegedly killed a man from, Otopo Ojile, who was returning from Lagos to his village, Otopo Ojile. So the grieved or aggrieved with the death of their son. Some youths, you know how it's done, from Otopo Ojile in a reprisal attack went straight to Ochi Ibadan and allegedly burned down houses and properties worth millions of naira. All right. Okay, so I'm bringing you a breaking here from our news decks, the nighttime show, bringing you a breaking here. This one here says Governor Adeleke sacks 3 Osun traditional rulers, gives reason. In a second, I'll let you in on it. Okay, so one of my favorite governor, the dancing governor. I mean, who wouldn't love him? Because he's a happy person, and he's doing well. So Governor Ademola Adeleke Governor Ademola Adeleke of Osun State dismissed 3 monarchs by issuing a white paper. And the affected monarchs include Oba Adeboyega Famodun, and of course the Owa of Igbajo, and Oba Ademola Boni or something. They are of Ire and Oba Yenusa Akadiri. They are Kiran of Ikiran. I hope I got that right. Now, the announcement was made known today, and wow, seriously. So, I mean, through a statement from the Commissioner of Information, it says the Kolakwa Alimi, which is his name, Commissioner of Information, who stated that the governor ratified the white papers previously approved by the State Executive Council. So the decision followed a comprehensive review conducted by a special committee chaired by Governor Adeleke, demonstrating his commitment to due process, thorough consultation, and adherence to the rule of law. So, I mean, wow. Okay. All right. There's no need for me to start talking about the later he actually brought down the white paper and everything inside of it. He has done what he has done. He's a governor, so he's got reasons why he did it. He has also showed, I mean, come on. I mean, if you're doing things like some people, they don't give you reasons. You get to get arrested, no reasons. They just keep beating around the bush because you can see that there's a personal beef. But he is bringing reasons. He's giving you reasons why he did what he did, sacking these monarchs. 3 of them. Okay. All right, now someone is saying there's no time for me to open the lines. Okay, do not. I'm going to. My ears pains, but I'm going to give you the opportunity for those who want to call in. You can be part. Any of the stories that I actually have brought so far, I've got a whole lot. I'm going to be taking them and till you say no more. But I've been able to bring to your doorstep a lot of information and stories that is trending, and even the breaking of Governor Adeleke. So all of this, if you want to speak on it, you want to respond, what is your thought? I want to hear from you. 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. If you want to be part of the show, you can be civil. Make sure that you don't cut my ears out. Okay, just make sure you turn down the volume. Can overemphasize that. So you're calling your device, turn it down, and you can be able to talk about any of these stories that have been brought. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Let me hear from you.
Hello, this is B Prince calling.
B Prince, my friend, you're welcome on board. Good to have you.
All right. The other day I was talking and the network was so bad.
Yeah, B Prince, where's your area again? Where's your area?
United States of Lagos.
United States of where? Where? United States of where?
I'm calling from VI.
Oh, VI. Okay. Oh, okay. I understand. I totally understand. Okay. All right. Which one of these is... Okay, go ahead.
Actually, I just want to say something on 3 points. Number 1, concerning...
Uh-oh.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, your line is breaking.
Now,
but
number 3, concerning to the Bado saga. That is the one I want to...
Okay, go ahead, please.
Now, the saga in Bado, as I came across it, was not indigenous, nor the traditional leaders unaware. The state government is all about, they know all about the mining there for a long period of time. Now, calling the people that are doing such things as illegal miner are very, very wrong. I used to say this. It's not that I hate foreigners. Foreigners, white men into this Nigeria are exploiting our youth. And those things now are one of the evidences which we have been saying, because Nigerians cannot go out there and do this kind of thing. The labels they give Nigerians out there becomes worse than what they are doing. Traditional leaders are aware of it. Aware of it. They will not say they are not aware of this. Now, secondly, what are they going to do concerning those people we have been trying every time that intrude into Nigeria and set our economy ablaze?
Oh, man. Prince, your line is breaking. Okay, sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead, please. So sorry about that.
Now, I want to...
Oh, man. Prince, your line is so bad. I don't know why. When you say hello, it's clear, but when you start talking, it goes off again. All right, okay. Okay, Big Prince, I know you're listening. This is not too good, but you can call back again. All right, because I need to hear from you. 0700 903 903 903. What stories is of interest to you that you want to talk about? Unleash whatever you need to unleash. Okay, just hold on. Hello, what's your name?
Hello, I called back.
Good. Are you using another line or the same one?
So actually what I'm saying,
okay,
concerning the immigration,
okay,
they are not doing what they, in fact, I grade them 20% of what they are doing in this nation. How can you tell me that there is no joint task force in between the immigration, marine border of it, naval, land border of it, customs it is immigration, and the intruders are entering into Nigeria, do any kind of thing they want to do, and go out scot-free, irrespective of how the government has been saying that they have closed the border. Even if we have minor borders, is there not somebody that's supposed to take care of all these minor borders? Immigration are not doing right. I have never seen them doing right, yet they are being trained. The priority and the minor priority of any enforcement agency is what all about security. They are not doing right. It's not all about taking bribe, ushering passport to immigrants. But the intruders are coming from every loophole into this Nigeria to cause mayhem, which true. Is not good. Thirdly, I want to say about this issue of EFCC. My dear, as I am standing here now, I will tell you I'm a security expert.
Okay.
Cyber crime detect. As I'm talking to you, EFCC or whoever that is involved in that formation cannot waste his time. They have a criminal, arrest a criminal, bring him to book. Before you know it, the order will come from above and say, release him. Then what is the essence of me standing, wasting my time, putting myself in danger? Do you know that person that they caught in may go along with you on the road one day and you become a dangerous addition to him? And some of them, when you arrest them, they will tell you openly, this that you have put me into, I will come out of it, and when I come, you will see what I will do you. And when they come, they see you walking in the same street with them, then which means your life is in danger. I know what I'm telling you. This is the issue real whereby so many intelligent officers don't like to participate in operation of cutting the criminal because they don't want to endanger their lives. If those people are properly caught, sent to prison, and in the prison they become a commonwealth to this nation by learning one thing or the other to boost our economy, these people will not continue in this kind of thing. I had an experience. One Yahoo guy that we caught told us openly that he's not going to last 3 days and he will come out. And he came out within 3 days. Then what are we talking of? Our government is so corrupt. Our men above is so corrupt. And it's only official call that they will call all those people will be released. And what do you want me to do? You can't blame EFCC. You can't blame the officers. You can't blame the intelligent officers. You cannot blame them because they will not put their head to die of what they don't know. I just want to summarize by saying this. Let everybody know the best thing to do at the best time. Thank you.
Thank you, Big Prince. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. Hello, Ebuka. Welcome on board.
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening to you.
Yes, I've been listening, keen attention since, and you've been dishing out very important news headlines that have really had impact on our lives one way or the other. But the one I want to focus on is Shell BP leaving the country. Shell have been operating in this country. The activities have majorly contributed to part of our environmental degradation. So now, all these years, we've been dragging them to fix the environment that they polluted, they degraded, that they messed up through their operation. Now, they have seen that. I know that in my own opinion, why is it now that Shell want to leave Nigeria upon all the billions they are making?
I'm not sure they're even leaving. I'm not sure they're leaving.
They might not be leaving, but part of their major operations are leaving the country, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the world is going into what we call sustainability. Sustainability is where people are now being more conscious of their environment, engaging in things that will reduce how we exploit the environment, the earth, so that our children that are coming, sustainability is all about we using the resources on earth without compromising what our children will use when they come after us. Now, after they must have polluted the environment upon all the civil cases, all the lawsuits, Bogoni land, and the rest of them on them to clean up the environment, they did not do it, and they want to leave. So when they leave this country now, who will face those environmental issues now? Who will fix it? What they have cost, where they have mined, where they have made their money. See, God, if I'm part of the people that have what it takes in this country, they will not leave until they fix that environment that they messed up. Go to River State. I've lived there now. Some part of River State, you can't plant anything. You can't fish. Even when you are walking, you'll be seeing, look as if there is petrol everywhere because of oil spill. Everywhere is messed up. Now they want to leave the country. They are lucky. Talking slightly about the one of foreigners coming to our country to do whatever they like. I don't blame them. There are laws in this country, but enforcement is a problem. A foreigner is coming to my country. You promise him visa on arrival. When he arrives, you issue him visa. All manner of people. If you go to some of these companies, the so-called foreigners don't even know the job. They are just there as directors, as managers, just doing nothing. Just a figurehead. It is still the blacks who are doing the job. There are many of them. When it comes to welfare, zero. Many of these foreign companies, they collect weekly allowance. And weekly allowance is not less than 250K per person. That is why on weekends you go to Ireland, they fool the whole clubs, blowing the money up and down. They don't even know what they're working for. They don't even know what they're doing here. Nigerians are the one doing the whole job. Talking about them making the money. Okay, when you make all the monies in this country, what stops the government from ensuring that you plunge it back in the system? They will engage in what we call capital flight. They keep on sending the money, repatriating the money back to their country in large quantity. How much of this amount, what is the percentage they are supposed to invest in this country? These things are not rocket science. They are not magic. And our leaders know that these things are possible. They will not talk because they're saying that when you are gaining from abnormality, you will not talk. When you're eating from that table, you don't talk. Table manners. They know all these things. Let me stop here, my brother. Take care.
All right. Thank you so much for calling. All right. Avocado, thank you. I appreciate you. 0700-903-903-903. WhatsApp portal line is 0700-903-9039. So I'm just going to go back. AFCON is on already. I don't know if you are actually putting your eyes on what's going on in the AFCON. I'm going to give you the letters that I had Bashir Ahmed criticizing Nigerian Super Eagles after 1-0 win over Ivory Coast. When you were supposed to be happy, you're criticizing them. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. What's your name, please?
Anyway, you can call me McDonald.
McDonald, your name is not showing on. So if your name is showing, I'll call your name like as I do for others. So you're welcome on board. Good to have you.
Yeah, no worries, my brother. I know you're a good guy.
Of course, I'm a bad guy. I wasn't. I'm not a bad person. I'm a nice person. That's why you need to look out for me.
Yeah. Okay. Ryan, before I go on, can you please help? I talked a little bit about it yesterday. Can you please help me promote that my this in a little bit? That my chat service.
No, so what's going to happen?
It's just a short. It's just about usual chatting or phone call, but will give you exceptional service, professional, that will solve your problem. Oh. It's just peanuts, $2 per minute.
Oh, you want people to pay $2 for that?
But for guys who are in Nigeria, I can collect $1 per minute.
Oh, that means you have to pay. That means you have to pay for promo now. It's not. You have to. Don't worry. You see what's going to happen.
When it works, definitely I will pay for the promo.
No problem. See what's going to happen. We will talk about this on a personal level. Okay. So
some of the services include self-help, self-development, matters relating to relationships, and how to discover yourself, stuff like that. How to be successful with your goals and all that, family planning, etc.
Okay. So we will talk about it on a personal level, so I can hint you and tell you how it's going to go. If it has to do with money, that means you have to pay for it. But if not, I'll look for a way to help you out. But then we have to talk. Give me the information through the WhatsApp line, and then I'll pick it up from there.
Okay. Now, what's the major talking points tonight?
Well, it's Trending Thursday. I've been talking my life out, giving you some headies and, of course, some stories trending. And different ones. So you decide. If you weren't listening, then I don't know, maybe you have to go streaming the City One there on the YouTube space, and then you can talk about that. But there's been a whole lot happening, and which I've talked about it. I can't start talking about them except you've been listening. If you weren't listening, that means you just have to wait for me to talk about the others, and then you see if you can talk about any one of them.
Okay, you mean I should call back after listening?
Yes, you have to call back.
All right, I will do just that.
Okay. All right, thanks, man. We'll talk after now. Okay, so it's trending Thursday. So what I've been doing, I've been giving you some big trending stories, and so it's just for you to talk about anyone that your heart catches on. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Oshodi, Lagos.
Yeah, I didn't get your name. Yeah,
Lucky.
Blackie.
Yeah.
Is Blackie sleeping on me?
Can you hear me?
Okay. Blackie should sit up so we can have a healthy conversation. Go ahead, Blackie.
Okay. What I want to talk is a relationship matter.
But tonight we're not talking about relationship.
Okay.
Today we're talking about trending news, trending stories happening in Nigeria and of the world.
That's all right.
Okay, thank you for calling. So, I was about to let you guys know before that call came through. So, I mean, if you want to call in, no problem. I'll pick your calls, but then I'm going to be dishing out the rest of the stories and that is trending. So I'll keep you informed of the trending news and stories. Okay. All right. So now let's go to AFCON. All right. Okay. Let me pick this call now. I don't know who's calling though, but let's see. Hello. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
Hi, my name is Situ, calling from Freetown, Sierra Leone.
Oh, Situ from Freetown, Sierra Leone. All right, you're welcome on board.
Yeah.
Situ.
All right, thank you very much. I just want to say something regarding Blinken coming to Nigeria.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Right. It's quite unfortunate that this previous American government now is just actually playing with human life, and they are not concerned about what is happening in Nigeria, because I remember the same Blinken was the one who removed Nigeria in a country of consign. Okay. When Donald Trump designated Nigeria of a country of consign, Blinken was the one who removed Nigeria as a country of consign. So I'm asking him now, what is he coming to do? Of all the evidence that have been showing him about the killings of innocent people, the killings of Christians, and every down chain. They saw the video more than you and I. They have their satellite, they have their CIA in Nigeria, they have all their agents in Nigeria. But they turn a blind eyes, watch innocent people being slaughtered on daily basis, and now he's visiting Nigeria. It's a shame. Because the same man removed Nigeria as a country of concern because of the selfish interest of what he's getting from the previous government. It's a shame. Thank you very much. That's what I have to say.
Thank you very much for calling. I appreciate you. Thank you. From Sierra Leone, Freetown. All right. Well, Blinken is that was the first stuff that I talked about when I came on board. That he's actually visiting. Blinken, for those who don't know, Blinken, he's actually the U.S. Secretary of State. His full name is Antony Blinken, and he is to visit Cabo Verde, Africa, Cote d'Ivoire, that is Ivory Coast, Nigeria, and Angola. So, I mean, really, I'm asking the question, what is he coming for? But, my duty is to let this out to you, first of all, and then we can actually, but those who want to talk about it, but definitely want to analyze and tell me what you think, because from what we're hearing, they said the trip is to highlight how the United States has accelerated the U.S.-Africa partnership. So it means that he's coming for a U.S. partnership, U.S.-Africa partnership. Okay, so it's only 4, if I'm not mistaken, 4 African countries is coming. What happened to the rest of our other African countries? Okay, so it's coming for, I think I need to put you up to speed again so you know exactly what this is all about. So, I mean, the Secretary will highlight how the United States has accelerated the U.S.-Africa partnership since the U.S.-Africa Leaders Summit including the areas such as climate, food, health, and security. Okay, but a lot has been going on. And what my brother said, I can see a lot of meaning in that too. Well, whether it's a bad development, welcome development, or not welcome development, we are hoping to see some changes. Our heart and our mind is broad. Okay. 12 minutes gone past the hour of 11 o'clock. If you want to call in, you can call and be part of what's happening. I mean, I like the way some people call in just to express their thoughts and respond to the headies and then the stories I am bringing to the table. So whichever one that caught your fancy, you can call in, send a message. All right. Okay. So shout out to Polinos. I just saw your face. Sorry, I've not been able to call you. I'll call you so you can get a number. Okay. So best believe that. I just saw your face now. Sometimes it's very, very hectic. So you don't remember to do certain things you promised some people. Okay. So let's go back to Bashir Ahmed, who is criticizing Nigeria Super Eagles after the 1-0 win over Ivory Coast. All right. Some of you know that the former presidential aide, Bashir Ahmed, has criticized the current Super Eagles players after they defeated Ivory Coast. I mean, they're the one that defeated Ivory Coast, so why are you criticizing them? At the 2020, okay, it's still the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations, AFCON, okay? So, recall that Super Eagles captain, William Truth's Akon, that's my twin. That guy is my twin. Guy looks good. So recall that Akon gave Nigeria the victory against Ivory Coast via a second half penalty after Victor Osimhen was fouled in the box. The AFCON match was played, of course, at the Olympic Stadium in Ebimpe. That's okay. So, however, in a tweet via his X account, Ahmed said, Jose Pizarro's side lacks teamwork and commitment. He tweeted, he said the current Super Eagles team lacks the teamwork and commitment to precious Super Eagles we used to watch while growing up. Okay, enough. I'm not reading this anymore. This guy just I don't know if he's chasing some cloud or something. He just want to say something and trend a little bit. I'm out of here. More coming your way. I don't want to start talking about that right now. 14 minutes go past the hour of 11. The Nighttime Show with Ryan Terrence. This one here says Ibadan explosion. Afenifere once against recurrence. Afenifere once against recurrence. Okay, so the Pan-Yoruba Social Political Organization Afenifere has called for a review of the activities of illegal miners, as they say, in Nigeria, an effort to combat the menace and prevent the recurrence of the Ibadan explosion. according to the group, unchecked activities of illegal miners have been contributing to the insecurity issues bedeviling the country. Now, the statement by the National Organizing Secretary of the organization, Kole Omololu Afenifere, expressed concern over the explosion that occurred in Ibadan and condoled with the governor of Oyo State. It's my man, that's my man, Seyi Makinde, as well as the resident of the affected area. And I know he's going to do some. It's going to do something different from other governors anyway. So the group stressed need for decisive action. The group stressed need for decisive action to address the root causes of such incident. Afenifere maintained that the federal government must provide support to Oyo State in managing the aftermath of the explosion. So the organization further stated that the perpetrators of the explosion must be brought to justice. So what about those foreigners? Oh, okay. So our heart go out also to families of the injured and to those who have lost property, loved ones, and their means of livelihood. As we pray for the sweet repose of soul of the dead, we also beseech your Creator to heal wounded and restore them, to heal the wounded and restore them to good health in no time. All right. So Afenifere is saying and is warning against reoccurrence. You don't want this to happen again. And that's the problem we have in this country. Before you know what's happening, you see it happen again. Plateau killing. Before you know, the nearby, they went, they killed. So for me, there's some certain things that that's why sometimes I try to guide myself to be able to pull out from not getting emotional attached to some of these things, because I might say things that might cause a lot of problem. And so what I do is just try and comport myself. This, I pray that it doesn't go back again. I pray it doesn't happen again, because this is the ways of our leaders when they say some, oh, okay, it's not going to happen again. That's just bubble juice at the end of the day. And they look for something else to say. They keep looking for something to say, keep saying something, keep covering up. All right, so more big news coming now, and I've got more coming, so stay tuned. So this latest one here is about money. Okay. All right. This here says Nigerian government allocates 5.1 billion for research and development. Nigerian government allocates 5.1 billion for research and development. So the Nigerian government has approved 5.1 billion for the funding of 185 successful research proposals under the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, the TET Fund, that's the TET Fund, the National Research Fund, the NRF. The announcement actually was made on Wednesday, which was disclosed in a statement by the TET Fund Director of Public Affairs, Abdul Momin Oniyangi. Okay. So the approval granted by the Ministry of Education, Taryn Maman, follows the thorough screening process conducted by the TET Fund National Reforms. All right. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening to you. What's your name, please?
Yeah, I'm Joseph from Sumero.
Okay, comrade, you do me a favor, please. Can you put down the volume of your set or your device, please?
What?
All right. Okay, you're calling from Surulere, right?
Yes, please.
All right, please go ahead. Which of the stories that I've been talking about that that caught your fancy?
And foremost, I want to talk about the corruption.
Okay.
To be sincere, our leaders knows actually what they can do to curb this corruption. It's simple because they are benefiting from it. That is why they kept silent. Imagine if countries like China can put that punishment to corruption, to investment. If
Capital.
they can put it, yes, and today they succeeded. We go to them now to borrow money. Do China have more than what Nigeria has? No. Imagine a country blessed with natural and, oh good God. Okay, sometimes a country like Malaysia came to Nigeria and plucked palm kernel to go and plant in their place. Today, they are the major supplier of palm oil. Nigeria, that God gave the natural one, cannot boast of that again. Even some of our importers go there now to import palm oil. Why can't they put capital punishment so that people will desist from this very nonsense that is crippling our nation? That is one.
Okay.
When I was in primary school in the 70s, in Imo State, there was a boy, or a man precisely, that manufactured radio. And this radio was disturbing Imo State radio. When you tune the radio station in Imo State, you'll be getting this very guy's radio instead of Imo Broadcasting Corporation. And today, where's that man? I'm just talking about the man you said that manufactured the generator.
Yeah,
that cancer.
Exactly. From Zimbabwe.
Is African, does it mean African is cost? Are we cost?
No.
I remember during the time of Obasanjo, when Clinton was the president of America, he came to Nigeria. I remember what he asked Obasanjo. He said they need more Phillips and Emeagwaq, something of that nature. The guy that he said that he manufactured or he composed a computer also.
Yeah.
Philip Emeagwaq. If this guy that manufactured this very generator you are talking about now, if he steps out of his country now to Europe or Asia, you will see how they will pamper him and make use of him. It is very, very bad. Okay, coming to about the problem. Can they say they don't know what is happening there? What are those people mining? You can still see some Nigerians that are covering them up. Maybe it's just this China or the Indians or Korea people that are doing that mining. That because of what they are getting, they will not like to expose them. My brother, I say God will help us in this nation. Thank you and God bless you, sir.
Thank you so much also for calling. I appreciate it. All right. Talking about China. Capital punishment. Man. Okay. Let me hear from Ebuka. I think he's got something to say.
Good evening. Am I allowed to call back?
No, but I just. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Okay. I want to talking also about this technology in Africa. I also want to bring it. We also are aware that Africa is the cradle of even this modernization that they are talking about now.
Of course.
All these basic technology started in Africa.
Of course.
But, Africa needs to come out from this theory they call the dependency theory. That dependency theory have really messed up Africa because we depend on the West for everything. The West...
Okay.
Go ahead.
The thing is, I believe strongly that our leaders should be able to do more to orient, to get this information on the real fact of who we really are, and then things will start moving. Because they are the one aligning with the Europeans and then the foreigners to do whatever they are doing to us. Africa is blessed, as you said. Yes, of course.
That is true. They are playing to the script. That's why I said, we need to come out from that script of dependence. That is like a script written. And Africa keep on playing to that script of dependency in everything. Even there is one theory, I'm trying to remember that theory, I've forgotten that theory, that states that the developed world should not send simple technologies to Africa, like all those simple technologies, like is even China that is even doing it now, sending all these simple technologies like torchlight, power banks, which anybody can construct now once you buy the batteries, get the good ICs. But before, they don't send technologies that are simple to Africa, because the theory states that if you send simple technology to Africa, what happened in some Asian countries known as Asian tigers will replicate itself in Africa, whereby they will look at these simple technologies, build on it, and start developing their own. So that theory in fact, that is why some of the Western world are not really happy with China in a way, how they're dealing with Africa, because it's as if China is beginning to go away from that script they wrote for Africa. It's as if they programmed Africa. In fact, since they started this ever since this imperialism, since they came with this colonialism failed. They now entered neo-colonialism, ruling by proxy. It did not work again. They now brought imperialism. In fact, this imperialism that they now integrated into what they call global village in the name of internet. They now have control over everything. As far back as the imperialism have gotten so much that is even threatening our heritage. Look at the other time there was a story of a reverend father dancing to his own traditional song, and it became a very big issue. Africans were the one even criticizing him, forgetting that the religion that this man is even putting on the robe is not African religion from the first place. So the imperialism have gone from cultural imperialism
they did
to
well.
Economic.
They did
to
so
economic
well.
Imperial. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said they did so well by putting all wrong information in the Africans and making them be this way that they are right now.
My bro, somebody that told you that heaven is free, right? That you don't need to pay anything to go to heaven. But when you are coming to his country, you pay for visa to come to his country. Why can't his country be free as well? Since heaven, he promises, is also free. Africans, we allow them to always control us. We allow them to. It's as if the only thing that's remaining for us to breathe, we just tell the Western world, can we breathe? So yeah, breathe. We now breathe. Can we breathe now? That is the only thing that.
Yeah, that is true. And then the problem is because they've robbed us of our identity, and then now that identity was supposed to get back to us because our leaders are not doing well. If they're actually doing well, they will be able to put us through, inform us, get us equipped, and for us to know ourselves. Now, too many things are coming through.
You.
I mean, these people change everything. Like some people still think that, that the Jesus that we see, in fact, I don't want to go there, but let me just say this. Some people still think,
because you know that Africans, they are anything that that's why anytime I discuss something, I try to shy away from religion, because they discuss religion with emotion. Not reality, not facts. The emotions start boiling, and
but I always love to be logical. I always love to be logical, so that but the thing is, these people in the Vatican, the Yeshua Hamasia, or whatever they say, the Jesus that they changed name to be, is a black personified being.
He's a black Jew,
and then they change what they change, and made a lot of people today, when you tell them that, no, that's not the face of Jesus, and that person you see is not even Jesus, as a matter of fact, is a son of a particular pope who was a criminal, who was in a gang, who did what it did.
That engaged in incest.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Exactly. Yes. That was killed, and then he had to punish people by bringing in that, using the name, you know. I mean, I don't want to go there, but tell the average person now, look, this is not correct. He will argue with you, because the problem is that when you finish arguing with the person who's telling you this is not correct, you don't go and investigate. You don't go and do research to find out what this person is saying. Is it true? You have all it takes for you to find out, but you will not do it. You remain. I don't know which word to use now.
Yeah. In the past, when we argue these things, even in the past, after this argument, I go to the library. I ask, remember the library of those days? You go to the library and I go to what they call catalog, start looking for where the books are. It takes you time. But now the world is very simple. You can Google whatever you want to, dig online and get information. The thing is just that Africans, majority of us, we are so attached to this religion that we don't like to read anything aside this Bible and Quran. That is why they have this so much belief that the Bible and the manual is enough manual for life. It can never happen like that. How can you tell me if the Bible or Quran is enough manual? Yes, I understand that a continent that suffered slavery for 400 years, in that 400 years, the best men and women of their communities were shipped to Europe and America for slave trade. But are we going to be dwelling on that past that we will not develop? No. America of today that is even trending was once a British colony. Even they suffered more under Britain. That is why, if you notice, America made sure that nothing links them to Britain. You will have British English, you have American English. America will call caskets, British will call it coffin. Even down to even our phones and laptop, you will see American English and British English.
Of course.
Even the spelling of the word organization, America is like America puts S or Z. They just want to separate from Britain. British is highly exploitative. Still, look at our last election. Are you telling me that you're contesting for presidency? If you don't go to Chatham House to go and tell the world what you would do, that means you have not.
These are your masters.
That is the level of imperialism I'm talking about.
Exactly. Yeah, of course, it's still there. They have not broken away from it.
So are you telling me there is no other place in this country you can come, have the audience of the media, and present what you want? You must go to Chatham House. It's as if, like I said, before we breathe in Africa, we must ask the West, should we breathe? How long are we going to go like this? People like Lucky Dube did all these things. They were telling us we are just, because African man, like I said, we don't pay attention. We are dancing to the reggae. But this your information. Fela was giving us this thing in the music. We don't listen to lyrics. We dance to beats, nodding our heads. But these your informations. If you go to read the book, I've forgotten the author of that book, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. You will know that these guys don't mean well for us. All so right. That one that coming from America, he's coming to this. What is he coming to discuss? They are only coming because they have something to gain here. Countries like Liberia that was fighting some years back, how many of them intervened? Because there was nothing for them to gain in Liberia. South Sudan, how many of them intervened? Because they don't have anything to get and exploit from there. Why is Congo not at peace today? They make sure that they instilled insecurity and political instability in Congo because they keep on mining that resource that they use in producing electrical panel for all these phones we use and all these laptops and electronics we use.
Exactly.
So allow these countries to develop. You said no. Okay, deal with them at a normal level. These countries should mine their resources, sell to you like in an open. Okay, how can you tell me that the oil from Russia and the oil from Nigeria, when it comes to international market, you still want to dictate the price? I will sell my own to you. Come on, Africans, when are we going to wake up? The imperialism is, at times when I look at this, the Africans, at times how we defend another thing they used to mess us up was this religion is that, you know, that when someone is always maltreating you, and they did this, they are very intelligent. They make sure that all the images of God, angels, saviors, sent in the Bible comes with the image of an European. Okay, imagine in your church now they want to act drama of Jesus, and they bring you now Brian or Ebuka, say come and act Jesus. The first thing that will come in the black man or your fellow guys is, look at this black Jesus. I beg you, joy, you're not Jesus. But go and pick one European or one Lebanese now, let him wear. Psychologically, everybody will accept it because of that religious imperialism. They have so gotten it into us that you see, you know that before, like my grandfather used to tell me then, he said that they used to see Oyibo people as gods. If a white man enter your community, the only thing that remains is for him not to match sand. They will be carrying him. But when Africans went to First World War, then during the Second World War, Europe was short of manpower. They now have to recruit soldiers from their colonies, including Africa, to fight for them. The black man now saw that this person that you are carrying like God is human like you. He bleeds. He can get injured. He can die. Is it not when nationalism started coming up? Azikiwe then started coming up as, let's start pushing. These people are not really how we are seeing them. And also spirit of nationalism started growing up. It was part of the contributive factors. Even at that, some people still will not believe you. When you are telling them these things, the thing they will label you is you are an antichrist.
It's well with them.
So this imperialism is so vast that for us to come out of this imperialism, it's just like many people in Africa have to like personally submit themselves to be reoriented, or should I call it the radicalization? I don't know what to use, and to not sound, I won't sound disrespectful to African race. We so much get aligned to the West. Some people even believe that even though the country is bad, I understand. But there are people that believe that their destiny is tied to abroad. Their destiny is tied to white man country. If I don't go there, my life will not change. Even when they see opportunity to change their life here, they must go to a white man country. Then when they now get there, no plan, nothing, they end up sleeping on the street. Before you know it, everything goes haywire. My brother, in fact, if we talk this thing till tomorrow, we will not finish it. But where I'm only angry is with Shell BP that is leaving now. All those mess, they should go and clean it up before they leave. They should go and clean it up.
All right. Thank you so much.
Because South is messed up. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Thank you for calling. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Turn down your volume.
I've done it.
Okay. All right, now. So who am I speaking with? Welcome on board.
Good evening, sir. I'm innocent.
Innocent. All right. But you're not innocent. You're guilty. Okay, so go ahead. What do you want to talk?
How's everybody there?
Good. We're fine.
I continue, and those are from abroad.
They are okay.
I hope they are doing good now.
They are, of course.
Okay, so I wanted to sleep, but what this guy said caught my attention. That's why I called.
Okay.
I don't want to call before, but what he said caught my attention. So that's why I called.
Okay.
So that I will make everything clear.
Okay.
To whoever that listens to us.
Okay.
He said something concerning Reverend Father counting, and people are criticizing it, and he see it as it's not good. That what Reverend Father did is good. That these white men have done a damage to us by bringing Christianity to us. It's not good. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening to you. Go ahead. You're the one talking.
Okay.
what I want to say concerning that, for you to make that statement is wrong. It's very, very wrong. See, when you talk about the originality of Africa, our originality, or your own originality, we do not start from tradition. Tradition is not our own originality. Every man comes from Adam. And God is not black, God is not white. He's not a black man, God is not a white man. God is a spirit that makes all things, both black and man. Showing that our own originality is God. So what white men did is good by reminding us our own originality, by reminding us our own roots, that our root is not tradition. See, when we enter into darkness, that's why everybody begin to look for the God to serve. That's why you see our forefathers was a God. We are serving as a tradition. But men are serving today. What's the thing now? Hello, are you with me?
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Hello, are you with me?
I am listening. Go ahead.
Okay. So that is it. We are in darkness before. Because the God our forefathers are serving are not the true God. So what people did is good by opening our eyes to understand that our root is God. Just understand, when people begin to say that Jesus is white, that is white people that bring the religion of the same today. That's why I normally ask questions. Jesus, when Jesus come and said, is he black, is he white? Who takes the picture? Is he black, is he white? He says that a white man asked Jesus him, which is the Passover of Christ. The person of Christ. The person of Christ. That's why we think that Jesus is white.
Okay.
But Jesus is different. So my own is that anybody that thinks that white people did wrong by bringing Christianity to us is making a big mistake. He's making a big mistake.
Okay, have you finished now?
He's making a big mistake.
Have you finished?
So that's the only thing I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling. Ebuka, just hold on. Sometimes it's very difficult when you keep teaching people something and they don't want to learn. I'm gonna very soon I'm gonna be looking at people who don't want to learn, and then I'm going to be sweeping them under the carpet or under the bed. See, where's his name? The last caller, Innocent. I know you're listening. Just listen to me, okay? I didn't want to cut you off. I know what you were saying is just annoying my ears, but I didn't want to cut you off because I always allow people. I'm always patient, and I allow people to speak. If you're fumbling and messing yourself up, you go ahead. If you're actually speaking to some making sense, it's still okay. Everybody can contribute, but sometimes I get irritated. My ears. The worst thing that will ever happen to anyone is for you to be ignorant on top of being an ignoramus. You are ignorant and you don't want to even learn. I said it before, the problem we have here, when you're trying to tell somebody something, that this is not done like that. For them to go do some research and read is difficult. You are saying, this is not true. Instead of the person to go and read and understand and go and do some research, everything is available there. If you have internet-enabled phones, you can be able to do some research. If you don't even want to do that, go and do some research. use a soft copy, what I call soft copy research. I think I need to, I don't know which day I'm going to talk about this. I'm really going to have next week or upper week so I can let some people know about some things. Now, many of you, like Innocent now, doesn't know that the original Jews were black people. The Jews that are the Aborigines, the original Jews, they are black people. The original Australians today, they were black people. The original Chinese sitting here in Asia, they were black people. The Aborigines of Egypt is not what you're seeing now. Those are the fake Europeans who actually came, invade the place, change everything. It was as black as you and me. So if you're listening right now, I don't want to go into that because you can actually do some research yourself. Go and read and find out your true identity. There's something I'm going to post here about the Igbos, about the Ijaws, about the Yorubas, from where they came from. I'm going to break it down. I don't know if I have that time to do that. So you don't even know who you are. You don't even know who you are. So that's why at the time, okay, at the time when Jesus was still alive, at the time it was black people. The man himself that came as a son of God to help and deliver us all was a Jewish black. At the Vatican, some of you are Catholics, they've actually assumed that is white. Mary's picture, Yeshua's picture, Jesus' picture, let's just leave it at there. They're all black. They go and bow. They know the true stuff. But it was changed. I don't have time to start talking about that. So you don't know this. I'm the one telling you. For you to have someone like me to come and tell you this, at least if you don't believe it now, go and do some research so you know who you really are. Okay? I don't know what else to tell you. Black people are genuine people. They are blessed. They are God's people. Don't let anybody fool you. Hello?
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. What's your name, please? Where are you calling from?
My name is Chibeze from Sangota.
All right. Susan, go ahead.
Yeah, when I listen to the conversation, there's nothing like black and white. God is one.
Who said God is black? Who said God is white?
That's saying that all of us are one. The nature of God is nature of man.
Okay. Hold on. Did you hear what I just said now before you called in?
I was hearing from a brother who said something like they try to analyze the messages or what he's saying.
Okay. So
we were talking about the Western.
Okay.
Let me hear more clear, small.
Now, okay. Have you finished talking so I can now talk?
No, I want just give me the brief of the word because I was sleeping when I received the.
Oh, you were sleeping.
I just to make a call.
Now, what I was talking before you calling was that the people, the Jewish people, you know the Jewish people, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to tell the person who called in, they were saying something different from what I'm saying. That the Jewish people, the original aborigines of the Jewish people, they are black people like you and me. DACA. Do you know that?
Yeah.
I don't think you know that.
No, I know that. I know that.
So if you know that, then you should know that Jesus himself, the one that you're calling Jesus the savior of your, is a black man. It's not white. That's what we're trying to say. So hold on. Hold on.
About that.
You don't have a knowledge about that?
Because even David, Solomon said the word in the Bible. He said, "Do not look because I am black."
Solomon is black. Okay, we know about that. We're talking about Jesus
Solomon
now.
Confirmed it in the Bible that he's black.
Okay, fine. Let's leave Solomon.
To remind anybody, I want to hear that God created us for image and likeness. That means as we are, that's how God is. The different thing is whether black, whether yellow. Sometimes I thought that is the weather that changed the body.
Mm-hmm.
The
Okay.
difference between black and Africa is that Africa is not knowledgeable to continue what God needs. God is love. But Africa, when they're talking about the Western nation, based on Western nation has love. And that's what God demands from.
Who told you that Western nations have love? Okay, it's enough, please. I think it's 7 minutes gone. 7 minutes is getting close to the time for me to go. Don't worry. I mean, anybody, they're right in the opinion. It's the reason why we're actually delusional. Many of us are so delusional right now. We don't get these things, and we don't want to get. Let me tell you something that some of you don't know. 5,000 years ago, shall I say 5, or let's say 5,000 to 10,000 years ago, there was nothing like white. Yes, you can say the weather. Now, listen. Before the Ice Age, there was a thing called the Ice Age. Before the Ice Age, it was only a black people that was on Earth. You don't know about that. Go and research. All right. I don't know. Don't come and change it. See, you people are very funny with this religious thing. You always come up with. You want to come and change the cause of my stuff. Ebuka, what do you want to say? Lastly, let me leave here. Hello?
Oh, thank you. Someone mentioned something. He said, Africa, our religion is bad, like before the white man came. Am I correct?
Now the white man is that gave you brought milk and honey.
I nearly said.
Anyway, that's it.
Do you know? Let me clear him, Mr. Innocent, my brother. I love what you said. Do you know that the ancient Benin art culture during the 18-something, when the Europeans came to ancient Benin, they likened that Benin culture was similar to that of Amsterdam. That's the crafts they used to, the precision, the beauty was similar to the craft in Amsterdam. By that time, there was no economic link between Benin culture and European culture to show you how good Africans were. One of the oldest universities in the world is in Timbuktu. It is in Mali. One of the best. It's in Africa. Okay, now, if you have heard of the woman they call Queen Amina of Zaria, she was one of the best. There's a movie that was acted. I've forgotten that movie, Something Woman. It was released last year, but it was acted by Hollywood. It talked about in a republic when they were fighting. These were great kingdoms in the past. We had the Ibuku Bronze Axe. The Igbos in the Ibuku in Anambra State were already manufacturing and crafting bronze even before the Western technologies came to Africa. The Nok culture in Middle Belt, the Nok culture was so advanced that even the whites were amazed. How come Africans were this precise in art? Let's take it down to what is this area? The area of outside Nigeria, Ashanti Empire in Ghana. The Ashanti stool was one of the most well-designed stool in the world. I think it's still existing in one of the museums in the world. What is he telling me?
Okay.
Africa is in the dark. Africa as a continent is one of the less polluted continents in the world. The ice age that someone mentioned about, what caused the ice age? The ice age because there was a volcanic eruption that happened thousands of years ago. So the dust was so much, it covered the sun for months. There was no way sun could penetrate into the earth.
Okay.
Because of that, the earth freezed up. That's the ice age.
Ebuka.
Oh my brother, you need to put up a program. Let's discuss.
No,
this.
it's only you that will enjoy it. Because people like innocent.
Many people that are listening to this.
Of course, a lot of people are listening. Yes.
And Africa is telling me that Africa had not had anything before God.
I want to go. Thank you. It's okay.
All right.
Thank you. God bless you. All right. I gotta go. I do not want to get upset, but please, if you are actually trying to find out where someone is saying it's not correct, then go and do some research and figure out things for yourselves. Okay? This is the problem. This is why we're saying that Africans, Nigerians don't read. And even if they try to, they wouldn't understand. They wouldn't understand anything. Okay, so I'm gonna go now. It's getting close to the hour of 12 midnight. Let me not talk much, but I'm gonna have a day where we can. I think maybe I have one or two persons that's gonna come in. I will plan their day for them, and they'll come in here. Well, we're gonna talk about this real early. My time is far spent, and I don't know. I'm supposed to be starting at 9 p.m., but I don't. So I mean, that's been an issue for me to get guests so we can talk about this. So I'm gonna plan it. So you guys can learn, so people like Innocent can learn. Yeah? Thank you guys for calling in. I appreciate you guys. God bless you guys. And I must see you again tomorrow, the same time. Open mic. So, God bless you. And as I said, my socials are down, but I'm actually trying to put them up again. So if in case you want to follow me on Instagram, please do. Raim Terrence, as in RAIMTERRENCE. Then, if you have another one, is Raheem Terrence. That is RAHIEMTERRENCE. All right. So I want to put in some things there, so when you see it, you'll be wondering like, what is going on? I belong to the global knowledgeable people of getting to know things. So when I get it, that knowledge, I bring it, and I disseminate such knowledge. I will propagate such knowledge. I will share it with you. But when I share with you, you should do your own research to find out if what I'm saying is true or not, instead of coming to argue on a live radio station. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys one more time. Just have a wonderful and splendid, sweet day ahead.